Assalamu alaikum. This is video number 2 in the series Purification of the Heart. I hope you guys are ready and excited to learn. Just to recap, this is the book that we are studying from. This is video number 2. If you've missed video number 1, please go back to that. Please have your pens, papers, make note, please. So we want to talk about how our hearts are so disconnected right now in this world. This world is crazy. The material world is killing us spiritually. We are disconnected from our hearts. The society, this material world is making us sick. It is not normal. We're always rushing. We're always worried. We're always anxious. We're always busy. There's no time to reflect, to contemplate about life, about God, about the important things in life. There's no time anymore. It's just non-existent. We're struggling just to even to eat, to breathe, to just little basic stuff to do. We're struggling to do all of it. Little kids, no matter what age we are right now, little kids, old age, teenagers, everybody's stressed, everybody is struggling, everybody is just not okay. And so it's like the government, the people in power, the rich, they've built it in a way that they have all this control. We have no control. Back in the day, at least they were able to build their own homes. They own their own homes. Food, they grow their own food. So now we can't own, we don't have any power to buy houses and homes. It takes years and years to just pay off a mortgage. Basically for some people, it's like their whole life. They're just trying to pay off their home. Or you're just living paycheck to paycheck. The rent increase is crazy. Everything's expensive. And so we're just living in this material world, which is just occupying everything, every part of our minds. And so we don't have that time where we can just reflect and meditate and contemplate about the important things. And so it's making us crazy, literally crazy. I'm not even exaggerating. And so this book teaches us that our hearts were designed to be in a state of calm and a state of peace. This anxiety that we're feeling all the time is not normal. So knowing that is the first step, that it is not normal. Once you know that, then that's like the first thing to change, that will lead to change. If you don't know that, if you think this is normal, then you wouldn't have a reason to change, right? Because you're gonna think this is how it is, this is how life is, but it's not. And so this book gives us hope. It gives me hope. It teaches us that our hearts are sick and it's empty, and through purification of the heart, through tazkiyah, we can learn about the different signs and symptoms that our heart shows when it's sick. Once we know the symptoms and signs of a diseased heart, depending on what diseases are occupying your heart, it will show different signs and symptoms. And then also teaches us the different treatments for the different diseases of the heart. And so we need to know how am I behaving? My behavior, the way I think, the way I'm acting, are these all signs of a diseased heart? Like, what am I feeling? How am I acting? All of these things are things that we're going to be learning about in upcoming videos. And so just something to think about. When we know these signs and symptoms, then we can know what the treatments are, what we should do to fix this. But how can we achieve this calmness in this crazy world? What our hearts need is nourishment. What is that nourishment that our hearts need? It is the remembrance of God. The remembrance of God is the number one nourishment that our hearts need. Without this, our hearts become more vulnerable to the different diseases, the sicknesses, and once your heart is sick, the more it becomes sick, gradually, then eventually it will die. And so we don't want to get to that point. And so the main takeaway right now from this video is that our hearts are not okay. We are not living in, the way we are living is not normal, and that we can change that. And how do we do that? Is by nourishing our hearts, learning about the different signs and symptoms of the disease of the heart, and then figuring out what treatments we need. So the main takeaway today is remembering that our hearts need nourishment. And what is that nourishment? It is the remembrance of God. The remembrance of God is the nourishment that our hearts need. And so I'm going to end it off there. Reflect on that, make notes, journal, and then we will continue in video number 3. Okay, assalamu alaikum. Make sure you guys share, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys. Assalamu alaikum.